And we've got bananas in chat from Camo J, Winnie T Ford, Cubez, Haley says hi, ET17, Goat Unicorn. Oh jeez, it's moving so fast. Minix, Mixinu, almost said it the wrong way. Who, by the way, Mixinu, I love it. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Done a tremendous job. Yeah, I'm rebranding some channel art, and Mixinu has done the artwork for it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I knew I wanted to work with Mixinu on the rebranding, and then I had a look through some of the fan art and art they've done for me, and then I saw one image and I was like, that makes so much sense to use that, and they've redrawn it for purpose. So at some point, maybe in the week, you'll see some rebranding happening, graphics on the stream, in and around the channel, all that kind of cool stuff. Anyway, that was our bananas. Laziest Bob there with some bananas as well. Not that lazy, you know. You can put bananas in chat, that takes some effort. Oh, I thought there was like a little black thing on the tree up there. I was like, what's that? And then, oh, it's just a half of a penguin's head. Loved the pre-stream music, says EGM Trash. Yes, it was The Contortionist with a cover of the Smashing Pumpkins 1979. I really like the cover. I think the two songs are sort of different but both beautiful. Yeah. Anyway, Noises in the Ear, Philo, Virginia04. Subscribe with Amazon Prime, and DJ Echo resubscribing for 22 months, saying 2 months for my diamond face indeed. Thank you so much for your support, I do appreciate it. A little idea just popped into my head then. It's probably not something I'm going to be able to make happen, but... Actually no, I really want to write that idea down, that's a good idea. Okay, I always write down ideas, right? That's actually probably quite possible. I don't know. I won't say what it was, just because it's not what I'm talking about unless I can make it happen. So, I've been inspired to work on this area. That's what we're going to do today. I think the best way to get started here is to just get some materials that are relevant in my inventory and then just start building, basically. So we're going to use a lot of slabs and a lot of cobble. That much is true. I know there's a little job that I need to do. Does this thing stack non-stackables? Let's have a look. Have I got any identical non-stackable items? I don't know. No, look. Yeah. Totems. They get stacked. Huh. Anyway, that's the chest that I need. So I think I'm having a slow morning, peeps. I'll explain why in a moment, which is why I'm trying to get started by getting focused on a couple of tasks. Oh god, and I keep holding back sneezes. Oh, it's the worst. Oh, my nose is all on fire. Okay, we're going to take those andesite slabs. We're going to take that. Pretty much constantly working with slabs is the way this is done. And I think we've got all the textures that have been used in the path so far. Let's get ourselves a crafting bench. Bam, those noises are rolling in. I'll get to them very soon. Okay, so I now know pretty much what I'm doing. Yeah, I think I'm having a little bit of a slow morning. I haven't been awake for too long. A couple of hours, that's about it. So, Hot Wheels Geek is resubscribing for 6 months, saying, greetings X, congratulations on your 1 million. Can't wait to speed that play button. The next step, 10 million. Yeah, I think everyone's expecting me to show it off, right? I've been umming and ahhing about if I'll do like a studio tour type video or not. And I'm still umming and ahhing about it, so we'll wait and see, you know. Anyway, we need vines, so I can do this and I can read chat. Hey X, did you know Iskal fixed the run minigame? Yeah, he did. I wanted to show him an exploit in the game, but I haven't had an opportunity to do it. So there's one more thing he'll have to fix, but I'm sure I'll get round to explaining that at some point. Yeah, so Iron Daka Bros here, resubscribing for 11 months. We got Hackon 422556 for 7 months, and that Jared for 10. Thank you ever so much as always, peeps, for your tremendous support here on Twitch. It's truly appreciated. Who's currently online on Hermitcraft, says Mario? Just me. I need to write down a note. Yep. Just remembered something important to do after the stream. Hey X, when are you going to do the Hermitcraft questions video? I'm hoping not to sound pushy. I will probably do it late September. Well, yeah, it will be late September. I'm going to record that, so when I'm away it will come out then. Why are you getting vines, says Skims. I need them to make mossy cobblestone blocks. Sar in the Sky says it wasn't really a fix, he just added some rules. I know, yeah, I could think of a fix for the first one. The first one was quite easy, you just had to move a bit of the redstone about. The second room, I'd thought about that a lot. I'm not really sure what you'd do as a fix for that one. Oh, I just had a flashback to the dream I had. Oh, okay, I can kind of tell you what it's about. You know what explaining dreams is like, right? It can be a bit, not very interesting. But, you know, if you can explain it right, it's actually really not interesting if I can explain it right. Because I could get lost in the minutiae of strange detail and whatnot. But I dreamt I was in a big, ginormous building that was full of rooms connecting to one another. And in the rooms there were tons of bikes, then there were tons of motorbikes, tons of cars. And I was with a group of people, and at one point or other we decided, hey, let's go jump on those bikes and ride around and have some fun. And then I tried to find the bike room again, and I just went through endless room after room, just getting lost of all these different things in them, and finding different people, and just getting completely lost in an endless string of rooms. Every room had a door into another one, and I don't know if there's some like hidden meaning in there. Maybe there is, maybe it's deeply profound, but it's probably not. It's probably just a derp dream, you know. Got any cobble over here? No. This is how I get cobble now when I'm in this area. Incognito Mercy has subscribed with Amazon Prime as well. Incognito Mercy, thank you so much for your Prime subscription. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit tired. Well, not tired, more like waking up. I went for a cycle this morning. 90 minutes on the bike, really good pace. Beautiful weather. Enjoyed the fresh air. Went cycling in the countryside. It was awesome. But now I've got a busy day ahead of me and I need to do this stream and get going. So, yeah, I just feel a bit today, you know, a little bit slow. Bioscience says, I wonder if X actually looked like what he did in my dream. There's always a possibility, isn't there? There's always a possibility. I probably looked more like than more not like. Depends on what scale you're thinking of, right? Though, if you dreamed of me as a giant space blob, those space blobs, yeah, then maybe not. Maybe I am. Maybe that's my secret identity. Someone's making a joke about it already. Oh, Asuma the space blob. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Okay, there we go. So we have available to us the textures of making the paths. I wonder if I've got any more of that andesite lying around. Right here. Cool. So I've been thinking we need some more paths to connect stuff together. We've got like 2 separate areas, and the place to put a path to connect that side to this side is probably through here. Like literally through here, I reckon. If we went in a straight line, remember this is 5 wide, we'd sort of go right up against the side of my game, and we'd come into this space. Now we would have the exit to my game and Iskal's minigame in this area. Then we can turn the corner and sort of head over in that direction. So the question is, do we want to stick rigidly to this path layout we've got already? Or do something a little different? Iceland says, yay, more paths. It's nice when everything connects. Isn't it just? Isn't it just? Let's walk the paths a little bit so far. So 5 wide with cobblestone trim, and I don't think it ever changes from that. Oh yeah, the use of stairs here is really good. That's something I haven't done particularly. And then it goes underground and up there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all been done like this so far. Let's grab a rocket and check the paths on the other side. By the way, to all the peeps who have tuned in this morning... Oh my goodness me! Oh my goodness me, you're going to give me a heart attack, peeps. 1,500 people already. Jeez, welcome to me and my morning voice. Right, this path actually hasn't been... Ah, I see. So this section has, but that path there hasn't been updated. Right. And there is certainly room here to put in a path. We've just got to think about this carefully. So, let's say our cobble stabs go there. We'll use that as the guideline. Yeah, 1,500 peeps tuning in. Be sure to hit the follow button. You know, I always plug that. I always say that. Well, do you always know that? I mean, if you haven't hit it already, maybe you don't know that, but whatever. What's the other thing? What's the other thing? Yeah, I've got a new channel, and the title of the stream has a command you can put into chat to learn about this new channel. It is clips from these live streams themselves. It's called Asuma Says, and there's a video coming out on there later today. There's already one on the channel. If you want to go check it out, see what it's about, you can do so, and I thank you for taking the time to check it out. I actually think this would probably look a little bit better if it went up a little quicker. A bit steeper, I believe is the correct terminology there. So we'll go up at that sort of pace. Then we don't have to push back as much as these blocks on this side over here. Okay, so then it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll make a modification. And then cobblestone there. So let's scale that all the way back. Now, it won't be symmetrical with the other side. To be fair, the other side probably doesn't need to come out this far, right? Yeah, I'll keep it symmetrical then. That's probably what people would prefer, I'm guessing. And now some people are like, no! You've ruined Cub Fans' bridge! You're horrible! Random Dude says, I also downloaded your resource pack and I loved it. Awesome! How many people have downloaded it? I wonder if they keep numbers on that stuff. It'd be very interesting to see. I'm also aware that I did a poll and then forgot to add it in my last one. My last stream. QWERTY T says, just subscribe to the other channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the content on there. So I got a warm cup of tea right now. I'm hoping this will warm my voice up a little bit. We also got Jenny J123 UK. Subscribe with Amazon Prime. Thank you ever so much. Appreciate it. Shark Dundee. You have to put the exclamation mark before New Chan to get linked to the new channel. Very good. We've got Peter Durr, 72, resubscribing for 4 months in a row over here. 8 months in total, saying good morning from the Netherlands. Had a nice stream. Thank you ever so much. I hope you have a nice time hanging out with us here. Oh, the tea is warming up my hands as well. My hands are very cold from all the cycling, being outside for so long. It was just the other day though that I was watching a documentary about the Netherlands, and specifically one town, but I can't remember the name of it now. But it was all about how they were transforming the town into like a cyclist town, because I think they were one of like the cities in Netherlands that were like lagging behind everywhere else. And it was beautiful to see all this footage of people cycling around in a nice humble little town, and like there was just a lack of cars, like a lack of cars parked, a lack of cars like on the road, you know, you couldn't see them. And there were just cyclists everywhere, and it looked so good. I was like, we need more of that. We need more cycling around the world. People getting about that way. I really do think we need that for the environment and for our health. Now, what I did over here is I recessed it a little bit. Actually, I think the answer is kind of here. When the slope changes, these things pick up a little bit, and I'm not sure what method there is to this madness. There doesn't appear to be an entirely distinct pattern, so we'll just create our own and roll with it. I'm always looking at these little details, right? I'm always like, oh, how's this bit work here, and what's going on there? This is going to continue getting a little bit higher at a time as well, isn't it? Electric scooters are fun, says Tiggy. I'm going to call you Tiggy. They're alright, they're alright. I'm not the biggest fan because of the electric bit. Like when you've got bikes, those things. you know. I honestly wonder if anyone has... Oh, that's the end of the sentence. What? Okay, it's the future. Less cars and a better way to enjoy your surroundings. It's like Minecraft when you use your elytra for too long. You forget about all the details in your build. It's like a stroll in the park. That's a great message. That reminds me of what I want to do with my next season of Hermitcraft, is to live more immersed in the environment. I was watching Etho's new episode he put out yesterday, and I loved what he did with the trees. And then he went and walked through a whole bunch of trees he'd done at a different time, and that reminds me a lot of what I want to have next season of Hermitcraft. Big sprawling base and focus on lush scenery and creating buildings. And when I do my projects, which I'll do, they'll be contained in these little environments but sort of separated from one another. I really need like one extra slot. Let's go with that. Put in a few of these. Oh, I think I'm actually missing one as well. Yeah, what about stone brick slabs? They've been used as well. Right, this is my chest for dumping off the undesirables. Corrales 1, the one and only. Corrales. That's whenever Corrales logs in or is online, that's just what I say. I just say Corrales. Stream says Corrales. Oh my god. That's the reaction of stream right now. Many oh my gods. Trivicus, glad to have you with us today. That's awesome. Thank you for watching over the years. Depends on what you mean by long time. That could be months. It could be minutes. Minutes could be a long time in some parts. Or for some people. Who knows? Angry K9 says, the Bushmaster, yes. Oh my god, stream. Brilliant. Coolio. Coolio. So yeah, anyway, I watched this thing about cycling. I just loved it. I think cycling's great. I really wish we could adopt it more globally. I mean, I'm constantly irritated and annoyed by stuff I perceive as being wasteful. If I just see litter on the side, on the ground, in a bush, wherever, I'm just like, oh, it annoys me so much. And it's like that with cars, man. Just driving somewhere and there's a load of traffic. Not even driving. I don't do as much driving anymore now. I've really kind of gotten it down, so I only need to like drive once or twice a week. Tops kind of thing. And, you know, if I'm in the car with someone else, or if I'm cycling somewhere or walking or wherever it is, I'm travelling, I'm moving about, and I'm just seeing traffic, cars. And they're all just got one person sitting in each car. All just like, you know, holding onto the clutch, slowly moving forward. And this happens every day, over and over again. Not just where I am, but in cities all over the world. And it bothers me. It bothers me, it does. I'm just like, this is so dysfunctional. Yeah, not saying that I'm justified in being annoyed or angry. It's just, hey, that's just how I feel. We got Random Dude 1095 saying, thank you for your content and love you put into your channel and projects you've done and will do. Thank you so much for the lovely message, dude. I appreciate the cheers and bits. Appreciate the support there. Amy Kitty says, some people need cars for mobility. I'm sure they do. I'm sure some people do, but it's clear the way we're using them, maybe not so. I think some people don't realise how convenient cycling can be as well, you know. Like, we tell ourselves we need a car to get here and there, but you can get to places other ways. You don't always have to go everywhere in a car. So, Edgar Mant is here, subscribing with Amazon Prime, and MLDEG subscribing as well. Thank you ever so much for tremendous support. Appreciate it. Biscuit Bucket says, people are so lazy. It can appear so, can't it? It can appear so. Oh, again, I just want to cycle through these and Like, I just need like 1 block more every single time. Oops, whoopsie doopsie. Let's dig through to the other side now, because yeah, look, we're gonna start going downwards again soon, probably. Or maybe not that soon. Oh, there's all sort of hidden secrets and treasures down here. We got Sir Cairo subscribing as well. Thank you so much, Sir Cairo, for the support. Appreciating that. Lots of tremendous support today. Thank you so much, peeps. Raya Chiel says, is public transport in the UK kind of inconvenient in your part? It never used to be, but it's just been cuts. Like, they've been systematically undermining it for years. So when I was young and I had a job and I couldn't drive, I tried to use the buses, and they were always like, you were always going to be late, basically. Like, they didn't turn up on time. But apparently now it's even worse. Apparently, like, now the buses like might turn up an hour late, is what I've heard. So yeah, it doesn't look good. Right, there we go. Free up a little bit of space. Might help us a little bit. Probably not a lot. So based on how far we're going in that direction, I think this thing will come up by 1 more block to that height, and then somewhere here we'll start going downwards. If we just consider how far down we're going, we probably don't really need to do too much around here, do we? Something like that, and that'll be the template for the whole thing. Sweet, we've got a plan. We've got a plan going on here. We have Cold Frozen Yeti subscribing with Amazon Prime. Thank you ever so much. Appreciate it. At least you have buses. No such thing where I live, says Winnie. A lot of America, I've heard, has a lack of public transport. I remember there's one town in America that has like golf carts, golf buggies, or whatever you call them. Like, I don't know why, but this town just decided to use that as its form of transport, and that just looked a bit weird as well. Just seeing a car park outside of school full of 101 different types of these little buggies. If it were bikes, I'd be like, oh yeah, awesome. Scottsdale, Arizona, says Damianus. That might just be the place. I didn't remember the name. I'm not very good at holding onto information like that. Norman says the world should take a few public transport lessons from Japan. I'm not sure specifically why. I think they use their trains, their rails a lot in Japan. One thing I like about Japan is it's a place where littering isn't socially acceptable. Oh god, could we do that everywhere, please? Litter's disgusting. I can't stand it. Just the act of like throwing rubbish into the wind grinds my gears. Grinds my gears. Doc is on, says Biosio. Everyone's logging in, right? I didn't see Doc log in. They're all in. Ah, Amana Culture. I see you watch Tom Scott as well, says Goat Unicorn. Yes, for a long, long time I've watched Tom Scott's videos. They're awesome. They're great. I love learning about stuff, you know. I think we should go down a little bit before this wall appears. Is my instinct here. Actually, probably a bit more than that. In fact, let's take it all down half a slab. Just the sides. Everything in the middle can stay at that level. And then we'll figure out where we're going to start going down over here. I think just about there. Cool. And then that means we go at this level. Then we go at that level. So you can kind of hop into here, but that doesn't bother me. Excuse me. A little bit of a mouth burp there. Mouth burp? That sounds disgusting. MLDG says it's a real pleasure to watch Vanilla Minecraft. I've been playing modded for so long now. Congratulations again for 1 million subs. Thank you ever so much, dude. Yeah, modded Minecraft, I can't really play it at the moment. I love vanilla. Like, I think the problem with modded... Oh, I've said this in so many different ways before, right? But the way I'm thinking about it right now, the way I've been feeling about vanilla for a while, is that modded like kind of takes away limitations by adding in things that do this thing you might do in vanilla, and then it all gets simplified and it gets made too easy, and you don't have to really do much to do some of the things you do in modded that you could possibly potentially do in vanilla. And it's those limitations that make you kind of exist in this environment that you have to push all the way to the edge. And that's how all these amazing things like what happens on Hermitcraft happens, is because we're not able to just open a box of answers and solutions, right? So playing in vanilla and being at the end game of vanilla is amazing, because the sandbox like can be pushed so far. You can do so much, and I think this season's evidence of some of that, right? Write something random in a different language in the server chat, says Jessica Bond. Well, I don't really know what to say, because I don't speak any other languages. Okay, let's shore up the side of this a little bit. I don't mind it being like that on that side, that's fine. This side over here, I just think this bit, push that back. Push a couple of blocks here. Yeah, that'll work just fine. When it all spreads the grass, I think it'll look a lot nicer. Cool. I'm going to leave these trees here, but I think we need to punch out... Yeah, we need to punch out some leaves, because there's like a previous tree that was once here. And it's left its mark, because it's all connected. So if we disconnect it, then the leaves should start to decay. In theory, hopefully. Same problem over here, actually, look. So we need to disconnect this one. There we go. And disconnect that. Cool, that should all decay now. Oh, look. Oh, look! Look at all this! There's a weird looking tree now. Are you sympathetic to the hippie cause, says Snorefed. I haven't been following it that closely. I mean, yeah, I'll probably line up against the man, right? Does anyone just read the moderator comments and look at the people they at? Says Yee. Well, you appear to be doing that, so there's one. I hope people do. The moderators are very helpful here. They answer your questions, because I don't answer all of them. You might have noticed I tend to waffle. I tend to go off on one. I start talking about bikes and the environment and litter. Oh, what's wrong with me? What's your favourite build this season, says STG. I love what Scar's built. I say that every time though, right? Don't X for the bushes, says Biosio. The bushes. Right, all of that goes, doesn't it? And we put in our slabs again. And I think a little bit of that there will be good. See, we're looking good here. This is all looking good. I need to get some stairs though, just to throw in some of those divots later on. That's something we've got to do. Do you know any programming language, says John? I do not. I mean, I can do a little bit of CSS and HTML. Oh, such a professional. I enjoy doing those things, actually. I've always, over the years, every now and then had to do a little something like making a web page for HTML, and like most of the time it's just simple stuff like creating my own shortcuts page, you know, to get around the web or to like get around YouTube, bookmark playlists, but organize it in my own way using a bit of HTML. I also do like some editing on the pages of my website, but that's just copy and pasting most of the time. Looking good. I think we're using this one too often, you know. Needs to be a little bit rarer. It kind of breaks the colour. Cool, so when we get here, it's going to be flat for a while, isn't it? I think it makes sense to just bring it down a couple of blocks. Somewhere around here. Just level this out. No, Corrales, says Jolo. Did he die? Oh, he left. Tommy Two Toes Tommy Two Toes has subscribed with Amazon Prime. I like the name. It's funny. It amuses me. I feel like I heard that somewhere before, though. Sounds like an old gangster name or something like that, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll fill in this little bit here. Well, it needs to be filled in. Just, I don't know, kind of feel like doing that. Bring the path along here. And it will all be a block lower. Scar needs redstone. Would you make him an offer to make diamonds to allow him to use your witch farm? Aquanote, I said to Scar, do you want me to get you some redstone? He said, no, don't worry about it. Or was that Iskal? I think it was Iskal. But yeah, that's the thing that I can do. Nat Dave has subscribed with Amazon Prime. Nat Dave, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription, dude. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Hope you're entertained, having a good time, hanging out with us. As we do stuff and also the things. Hey X, what part of Minecraft do you think you're the best at? Technical redstone, building, grinding, or other? I just remembered something I need to go do. Quickly, let's head over in this direction. I don't know. I don't know what would be my individual best. I just, I enjoyed dipping my toes into all the things. Yeah, I forgot that I disabled these beacons. What's the best way to fix your gear when mending, says Not a Liar? To get XP. You know? That's the only way, right? Let's go... chuck some things over here. Now, what did we run out of? Cobble slabs, I think, probably. We can get more of those. Everything else seems to be good. That one I think I've been neglecting a little bit. Let's check it out. Yeah. Need to throw this in on occasion. And that'll do. That will do very nicely. It's good so far, it's good. So we go in a straight line over here. And this is roughly actually where it feels like it needs to dip down a couple of blocks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 is our number, and then I think I'll actually go down here. And then maybe down again. And then get rid of all of this. So much stuff. Goodbye. Must not show the stone. Okay, there we go. Tristet says, stop asking the same questions as always. What you got to remember is, someone may have not heard the answer to that question before. So, it might be the first time they're hearing me talk about this thing or that thing. Hex, do you know how you got custom blocks? You should make dirt slabs and other sort of blocks. We don't have custom blocks. That would require modded. And so therefore I cannot make dirt slabs and such. I can hear some industrial noise outside my window. You might be able to hear it as well. I apologise. So X, what do you think about Tumblr, says Xin? That is a very interesting place for Hermitcraft fandom. Yeah, I loved it. It was just weird and wonderful, basically. Weird and wonderful. And we need to sleep in a bed, don't we? That is what we need to do. Okay, so we bring it down to that level, and that means we would dig out here as well. And there's our path. And I think what we might do is like a diagonal section here. I think that'll be interesting. There we go, False to the rescue. That's what I'm talking about. Let's drink some more tea. What would be bigger, an ostrich egg or ender dragon egg when savannas are updated? Well, I don't know, because it hasn't been updated yet. Playful Doggo says, ever considered adding more modded light data packs to Hermitcraft in the future? It's unlikely. It's unlikely. It's something that I personally would be more open to. But I know when we have our group discussions, there are people that very much like this this communal experience we have to stick to being vanilla, you know, and that's fair. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Asuma, why don't you use a stone cutter to make cobble stairs? Because I can just use a crafting bench. It's kind of like we got to go. How do I want to do this? Do I want to make it like a straight or like a bit of a curve, bit of a turn going on? Like maybe if we went 4. Well, actually no. We'll go 3. We'll go 2, and then we'll go 1. For a while. Maybe a little bit more than that. And then we'll go, was it 2? 1, 2, 3. And then that there will be our new path. We could also try and have it go downwards at the same time. That would be a little bit of a challenge. If you saw my season 5 of Hermitcraft, there was a tunnel that I built where it had 2 points, right? One was underground, the other one was like at the surface. And they were sort of diagonal from one another, but not a perfect, you know, 90 degree, is it 90 degree? 45 degree angle. And so I tried to calculate and build a path the best I could that sort of went forward and curved to the side whilst going upwards physically. And I had to do a whole bunch of stuff with snow layers and ended up kind of like, kind of winging it a bit, so to speak. That was an interesting project. We could do something similar here, you know, let's try and move that thing downwards as well. Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then we go like that. We also got to count how many of them there are, and we need more cobblestone slabs. Aquanote says, I know what you're talking about, it looked fantastic afterwards. Yes, it did look fantastic, I'll say that, I thought it looked fantastic. These trees, they need addressing, don't they? They need a little bit of trimming, they need some gardening. Gardening? Is that what we call it? I guess you could call it gardening. You should join Green and Rembob in the hippie commune, says Snake T. Should I now? What are your reasons for me joining? You know, convince me. Might actually need a little bit of dirt for this next bit. Cobble, 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 cobble. Me no have no cobble. Me no have no cobble, me need stone. Stone and pick of the fortune. Pick of the not silk touch. Stick it to the man, says Camping Meerkat. Stick it to the man. Remember to put hidden light in the road. Maybe put a light block under the grey carpet. We haven't really done that anywhere. This is more of a kind of like try and keep it daytime thing, right? Another reason I think to have beacons that suppress mob spawning. Just be lovely not to have to worry about that. It's creepers really, isn't it? Like maybe that's what the beacon should do. Rather than disable... Oh, there you go. I think that's actually really good. Rather than disable mob spawning, let's disable creeper explosions. That's the real problem, right? That's the real problem. You don't want your build to get blown up. Now, creepers are a classic part of this game. It would be a shame to see them, you know, not be able to explode. I'll give you that. But, you know, you've put in all this hard work. You've built a beacon. Maybe it's a bit of a special beacon. Maybe you have to put a special item in it to activate it. I don't know. But let's stop those creepers exploding, you know. With the power of the beacon, let's protect our builds. I think that would be terrific. LGC what else says X, will we ever get the Emerald King skin back? I loved it. I don't know. This is a little thing I did for a little bit. I'm glad you liked it. All it was really is just me changing the colour of my skin. Which I did a lot in UHCs. If you go watch the old UHCs, each of my skin, like my skin colour changes for every UHC. I love doing that. That was so much fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2. This is where we need that dirt. And then we have it all go like that. We could if we wanted to, leave the path high and then have it sort of go downwards and just build a little section like that one over there. That might look really nice. Now obviously this path would break and connect to Iscale's game. Someone could build a little game in this area. There's like a nice nested spot to do that. And then I've got an exit here that I'm yet to hook up. I was actually going to connect it in that direction, but I think it makes more sense to come through this space and have it connect over here. So we'll probably want a sort of path that just goes into the middle of that space. And then coming over in this direction, we're going to connect the exit to our minigame and eventually go around to that spot. Those be the plans, you know. Hey, Asuma, building a road for Hermitland, says JJ Gamer. I am. And I really wanted to get back into doing the other project, right? What's the other project? The Hermit Castle. Castle? Is it? Have I ever called it Hermit Castle? Pirate Castle. Inhabited by Vindicators. It all makes sense. We'll get to that project later on this episode. I want to do like every other stream, but I just really inspired to do this. And following your inspiration is important. Okay, it's not always productive to be, you know, in a rigid pattern of I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That has its time and its purpose, and it can certainly be a really good idea to think and do things that way. But for me right now, I'm inspired. I should follow that inspiration. That's what this game is about. Sadly, Twitch Prime is not a thing here in India, or I would have been subbed to you, X-Manhar says. I appreciate the gesture. You do more than enough just by turning up. I say that every single time. Don't feel bad because some people can do this or do that. I appreciate y'all coming in and watching the stream and having a good time. We got, oh my goodness me, the pressure is on. 1,800 people are watching. Jeez. Be sure to hit the follow button, peeps, if you like what you hear. If you're new to Hermitcraft and you want to check out more from the members of the Hermitcraft server, you can go to hermitcraft.com. There's a video feed of all the content people are producing. It's beautiful. We've got an amazing season here. I'm sure some of the people in chat will tell you how amazing it is if you haven't heard of us before. Have you signed up for Siege of Doom, says Mighty Wanus. Yes, I signed up for Siege of Doom 3 months ago. Yes, I did. Don't know how long it's actually been. You know, time flies, but then sometimes you have that feeling of like, oh, time is flying by. Wait a minute, what do you mean that was last week? That felt like a month ago. That always feels a bit odd. Oh, this is where we really need stairs. We'll do a pass with stairs and stuff later on to add in those extra little bits of shape, right? What have I not put in for a while? I'm loving this new Crinkles record, by the way. I'm very tempted to play some Matt Allman and Frank Klaplacki in some of the next streams as well. That'll be some music we'll listen to soon. I was looking at some stuff behind the scenes, and it reminded me. Oh yeah, we tested the waters with doing a little bit of StarCraft and Diablo music, the soundtracks to those. Beautiful games. Single most successful season, longest. Feel like the most subscribed, right? Asuma, says Biglow. I don't think it's the longest, but yeah, I mean it's successful in many metrics. But what's really good is that it's successful in the fun, the inspiration, the what have we made inside the world metric. I mean, it's killing it on all fronts, and it makes me nervous for season 7. But I won't be nervous when we do season 7. I'm not gonna let like some expectation of that season was good, now you got to do better. I'll always strive to do better and have fun, but that's the thing, have fun, right? Season 7 will be, as you know from my plans, a little bit more antisocial from me. I have just been craving for the longest time. I mean, I could do it now. I could do it season 6, but season 6 will end at some point, and it could be a year from now, but wherever we're at with season 7, I want from the very beginning of my time in a world to have an immersive experience where I play is going to be more centralized, and I'm going to put so much care and effort into that area. You know, I want to constantly be immersed in the world that I'm creating. Let's have a look. In chat, we got Infinite Damage 123 resubscribed for 3 months saying play on Bedrock, the despawning system is rubbish. Opinions? We won't be playing on Bedrock anytime soon. It was a couple of years ago though that we were saying that it looks like one day we'll be on Bedrock, but now that we're here at that level where Bedrock is almost caught up with, well, I think it's pretty much there in terms of parity. On Bedrock they haven't addressed some of the clunkiness of moving around, and there's a few things that don't quite have the vanilla charm, and because they haven't addressed those things, there's no snapshots for, that's probably a big one as well. Although that doesn't really affect us here. Anyway, there's just a few things Bedrock is not fixing that would, I think, encourage us and maybe other Java players to go and switch. And because of that, because they haven't caught those things up, you know, it kind of, at this point now, it kind of feels like, yeah, Java's actually probably here to stay. If they haven't done it by now, they've probably got no plans to. So, Java it is. I think we should actually go grab some stair blocks right now and do the pass as we come up to this spot. X, if your vanilla tweaks works on MCPE. If? I don't know if it does. Jellsberry is here for 28 months. Unbelievable. 28 months. Saying, just curious, what are 3 things from the past month other than hitting 1 million that were really special to you? Feel free to share more. Like, I'm not in the... Give me a moment here. I'm not actually, like, in the mindset of... Well, I've had some amazing times with my family. Like, that's some of the first things that come to mind. Little moments and whatnot. Have probably been the most special or important or whatever the word is. But if we're talking Minecraft, stuff behind the scenes, there's some projects going on that have been really amazing to get going, and I'm very excited for in the future. So I think August has been a terrific month. We've had some great music as well. The new Slipknot records. We got Tool, which I've only listened to once so far, but I'm just loving the prospect of, like, hey, there's a new Tool record to listen to. Let's put one of those shears away. Watch some good football as well. I do enjoy football a lot. Ben says, hey X, do you think Minecraft could do with a cave update? Definitely, but I always push for the inventory update. Why did I come back? Stairs! Okay, brain. You know, I had to ask the question and the brain kicked in and it came there with the answers. I'm actually just going to use stone stairs, I think. Let's just use one texture. We're kind of overloading this a bit. Okay, so this is not where they go. We've learned that. I think this level they can go. Yeah, so we're just going to do a pass. Go to a couple little spots. Sometimes put them close together. Sometimes put them further apart and just throw that in that is. Was that it? Jeez. That adds so much. It really does. Adds so much. I think this level here we could put one. And then this level here. So I'll go actually and put them in now. And then we won't worry about them again. Right, and I've decided that we're going to do the thing where we build the structure and it goes down. Yeah, I've decided that. I liked the sound of that idea. There we go. I think that'll do. Put in a few of these. Let's try this method. Let's do one block at a time. Maybe this is a little bit more quicker and productive. Do you listen to Queen, says Kudaria. I have been not only do I listen to Queen, I've been getting through their discography and writing about it on my music blog. I have a music blog. If you go to the Googles and search for Asuma Music Blog, you will probably end up on my little website. I post very frequently about the records that I'm listening to. This month was a bit slow. Slow was the last one, actually. I've noticed that I'm starting to listen to podcasts a lot more and listening to music less as a result. But I'm sure that will probably change. Because I'm a music addict. I get withdrawal symptoms. I start shaking. Start waking up in the middle of the night going, oh, I need to put on a record. Exermi says, hey X, I find it interesting to find how people get into the music they love now. Is there any specific person or band that really opened your eyes to music you listen to now? For me, it was Total Biscuit and Frank Klepacki being on the Shoutcraft Kings. Well, Frank Klepacki would be a very early influence for me. You know, later on in life, I'm loving industrial metal and weird kind of electronic music, and I look at those early CNC soundtracks and I'm like, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just playing this game, loving it, listening to his music. That undoubtedly had a big influence on the stuff that I liked. You know, maybe it warmed me up to hearing metal for the first time, having those guitars sort of being there and knowing what they're like. I've told the story many times of the music that excuse me, the music that I love and how it all started, but I'll tell it again for you. I'll tell it again for you. If they come over here, they're in trouble. I'm just telling you. Just telling you now. So yeah, for me, I think the musical journey really starts with two bands in particular, NWA and Metallica. And I remember it so vividly, sitting in front of the television, watching VH1. Now, I used to watch MTV, so you had like Limp Bizkit and all of that on there, and loved all that new metal. But when I flicked over to VH1, that's when I started to learn about more classic artists, you know, not just the current stuff. And I really liked hearing these other bands and seeing how big the musical landscape was. And when I heard Metallica's Fade to Black, it just sent goosebumps down my spine. It was like, what is this sound? This is me. I need to hear this. So I went out and got Ride the Lightning. I also got AC/DC's Back in Black as well. I used to listen to those back to back. The other thing on VH1 was NWA. And when I heard that, that was just like blowing my mind. I went out and I got the album Straight Outta Compton. And that was so profound to listen to as a young person, because it just made me realize how much bigger the world was than what I knew, and that there are places where the environment, the way people view police was totally different from what I knew. And it just totally opened up my mind. It was like, whoa, I would never have thought of looking at police that way. You know, I just sort of grew up and accepted it, and it was like, yeah, you know, that's just the way things are or whatever. And yeah, I really think that was like the beginning of like opening up my mind to more stuff. And so I went through a period, I guess, of probably, you know, just being like most music lovers and fans, and just discovering and finding stuff and really getting into it. And then like, you know, I became like a diehard metalhead, but I was also a hip hop head. And still in a stage back then where the internet was kind of new and young, and being someone who kind of liked what people call opposing genres or whatever, like, because I also loved classical music as well. That was still like a bit of a, what are we doing here, by the way? Actually, I don't want to do it this way. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. That was still like a not massively accepted thing, that like you could be into like multiple genres of music. Like, everything was a bit of a clique. You were in a crowd. You like this type of thing. You like that type of thing. A lot of that has really dissipated thanks to the internet. People can like cross cultural boundaries and be very individual with the things that they like, which is terrific. It's great. I like it. But yeah, I went through a period of kind of like liking quite a lot of music, especially my dad's music as well, like progressive rock and stuff from the 70s and 80s. And you know, other people would be like, oh, you're just weird. But then eventually at some point, actually I can tell you what it was. It was watching Iron Maiden at Download Festival 2007. Right, Iron Maiden, amazing band, great legacy, loads of people love them. Me and my friends hated them, thought they were rubbish. You know, what a bunch of doofuses. So anyway, they're playing, they're headlining. I'm thinking, well, like, this band are like loved by so many people. I feel like I need to go watch it. So we're all sitting around and I'm like, yeah. We should go watch Iron Maiden, shouldn't we? And everyone's like, nah, Iron Maiden sucks, man. And I'm like, yeah, they do, don't they? And then like a few minutes later I'll be like, so yeah, we should go watch Iron Maiden, right? They're playing right now, yeah? And like, and then I realised no one's going to come with me. So I went by myself. And I got there into the arena. I saw the fans, I saw like the love, and it just clicked. I was just like, oh, I get this. And I watched them play Run to the Hills, the song that I knew. Watched them play a couple that I didn't, and some other songs that I kind of knew of, and I just loved it. And then from that moment on, I realised that, you know, whatever it is you got in your head, where it's like, I don't like this for some reason, that's just holding you back. That's just holding you back. I was listening to the Pengella podcast, Pengellette podcast on my cycle, and the way he was describing it was like teams, like you end up in a team, and he was using the Eagles actually as an example. So like he didn't like the Eagles growing up, and so he was in team other band, right? No, you hate the Eagles, and it just meant that you missed out on the Eagles. And that's how I feel about like Iron Maiden and all of that now. Just because I decided at some point, oh, I don't like this, just means I missed out on it, you know. Anyway, I haven't really missed out on Iron Maiden because I've seen them like 6 or 7 times now. And every time I've loved it. It's been amazing. So yeah, that was a bit of an over-the-top story, right? Jeez. Bit over the top. I know what you mean about that era, remembering being told you can't like Limp Bizkit and Eminem, for example. That's mad, though, because, like, they were like so close together at the time, the rap and the nu metal movement, because remember, like, nu metal was massively influenced by hip hop, especially a band like Limp Bizkit for kind of meshing the two together. But those were like 2 massive artists for me when I was young, was Limp Bizkit and Eminem. Still love them to this day, of course. Right, that was a bit of a waffle, wouldn't it? Sumo, what podcast do you listen to? Says Booty Dictator. I think I might end up listing them on my knowledge page. But I listen to Joe Rogan, Sam Harris, and who I really love at the moment is Joe Scott. They're like mini podcasts, right? They're like informational videos, and they're usually about 9 to 12 minutes long. Actually, sometimes they go as long as 20 minutes. Anyway, his channel's called Joe Says. I think it's Joe Says, right? You should go check it out. It's awesome. Just if you look through his videos, there's so much interesting topical stuff you could have a look at. Right, I know it's not quite on the hour, but we're going to take an eye break right now. We are going to take an eye break, and I'm going to... No, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I can't take an eye break if I'm reading noises in the ear. Read the noises in the ear, then it's time for an eye break. Also, I'm going to sip some tea. We got Modo Singh gifting a sub to Manhar02. Manhar, you are now a subscriber. Awesome. There we go. That worked. Modo Singh, that was very kind of you to do that. Appreciate it. Jack SSBF is here subscribing with Amazon Prime. We got Chrisable with Prime. We got Nathan Quadruple 09 with the Prime. And Amnaf2 is here doing cheers for own bits. Saying cheer, 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 cheer. Well, thank you ever so much. I appreciate it. I am now looking away from the screen. You are probably wondering why I am doing such a thing. It is because I am giving the eyes a rest. They have been staring at those lights. Oh yes, they have. Those lights that those doctors keep saying are bad for our eyes. They're not that bad. Jeez, they're like every hour, 5 minutes. Like, they can't be that bad then. Anyway, stop looking at your phone. When I said look away, I didn't mean check your emails. You know, give your eyes a rest from staring at the screen. Also, replenish your fluids, drink some water. Get outside, breathe some fresh air. These are things that are good for you. Right, we're going to do some building over here. We're going to do some building for sure. I should probably just move these blocks over to that location now, right? Because we're going to use these things, and we don't want to travel back and forth constantly. So let's be organised, peeps. Organisational skills. Also, can I... Yaha! I can clean out a little bit more space like that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I need these blocks. Oh, yes, I do. I've enjoyed building this path so far. It's been good. We need to put things in and around it. You're not my mum, says Spinkles and Wrinkles. Or so you think. That's kind of weird. That's kind of very weird. Yeah, so we've got to work on this now. Let's... I was going to say let's fly over there. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe it's a bad idea to fly over there. What are they doing, by the way? It looks like they're kind of doing a little ritual, going around in a circle. They are patrolling one spot, aren't they? They're literally patrolling an individual spot in the world. They are so silly. Okay, so over here, it's actually a bit of a different block palette, as we can see. I think we'll transition to that. We're going to slowly get closer and closer to them as well, which is kind of annoying. Oh, it's hilarious. Actually, we could build this with cobblestone. What do you think we should build it with? Cobblestone or regular stone? I think maybe build it with cobble and then abandon the cobble ridges at the bottom. Hey X, do your vanilla tweak about tool texture changing when the tool is used works on tridents? If it doesn't, let the team know, and I'm sure they'll add that. I'd assume it works on it. Make a lot of sense if it did. Hey X, what would you like to see added in 1.15? Inventory. Inventory management, please. That's all I want to see. All I want to see. Let's oh, they're getting a little bit closer. I'm getting closer to them, probably. Okay, let's actually look at where this is right here. Let's start it there. So we'll build the outside shape and then we'll build the rest. You know, you've got to have a workflow. You've got to have a little bit of a plan. And then we can take a step back and go, is that good enough? Am I doing this right? I am doing this right. They still haven't noticed me, peeps. Have you checked inventory twinks? You should. I think I know what mod that is. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's just adds the automatic sorting, right? See, it kind of doesn't quite line up with Iskall here. So, can we improve on that at all? Almost does. We could just have a little bit of a step up here, couldn't we? Make the terrain a little bit higher, roughly, in this area, like that. And we're probably going to abandon... That'll be the end of it right there, I think. That's the way I'll work it. Like, that's it. That's where it stops. Right there. We can make that work. I'm waiting for them to come and attack me, you know. They're going to be like, intruder! Intruder alert. We're patrolling this area. It's our zone. We got a noise in the ear from DC94, subscribing with Amazon Prime, and Asuma Turtle has subscribed. I love the username. Awesome. Awesome. Ooh. Pricey Germanic says there is a mod called Mousy Wheel, and it works with Fabric Loader. It sorts your inventory, moves multiple stacks and more. Dude, tweet it at me. Tweet it at me. I will check that out. I've got Fabric, so I know I can just load in the mod nice and easy. I'll check that out, but tweet it at me. Who's patrolling the area, says Bellator. These pesky fellas. Oh, they've noticed me now, haven't they? Should we go wind them up? Should we go have a laugh? Are you having a laugh? Right, that'll do. Are you having a laugh? There they go, now they're on it. Alright, cool. Okay, the fight is on. The fight is on. Okay. Oh, jeez. I should, at some point, I need to hit one of these. Don't I? Oh, jeez. When should I attack them? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I should do here, peeps. This is an intense battle. I'm definitely outnumbered. I'm probably very much going to lose, aren't I? Oh, no. Oh, no. How am I going to kill them? How am I going to kill them? That is a really good question. I'm glad you asked. Oh, okay. Oh, well, we managed to kill 2 of them. Oh, amazing. Oh, okay. Well, this strategy is kind of working a little bit, isn't it? It's kind of working a little bit. Hang on. Let's move over here, quick. Okay. At some point, I'm going to use my sword. I'm not sure when. Hang on. Oh, another one died. Okay. Let's see where this is going. Cool, this is an intense fight, isn't it? I don't even know what to say, really. Yay! 1 left! I haven't even swung my sword yet. That's how you deal with patrol, peeps. That is how you deal with patrol. Now, this guy... how are we... Hang on. Hang on a second. Dude. Stay right there, man. Stay right there. Whoa. I don't want to use my sword. I just want to put you in a hole. See you later. Okay. How to kill pillagers without using a weapon. That was amazing. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's kind of hilarious. That is kind of hilarious. Right, so let's get to building this. So we want to have those nice big old arches on display, don't we? Yes, we do. So we should build one. I guess they don't. Do they have to be even on either side as well? Like, probably don't, do they? I'm going to start with one right here. Oh, we need more cobble again. Of course we do. We're building a cobblestone bridge. I can hear the patrol guy in the ground. We got Rain Ven subscribing. Rain Ven, thank you ever so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream. We also got Lant Twitch resubscribing for 2 months in a row, saying, "Hey X, congratulations on 1 million. Sorry for being so late. Been away on holiday." Cool. I hope you enjoyed your holiday. Welcome to the stream. We got Crazy Dad Damo resubscribing for 4 months. Thank you, Crazy Dad. I appreciate it. Appreciate that support ever so much. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. I see what happened there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is, yeah, this is good for an arch, right? Like, that's the shape we'll go with. I think I'll put smooth stone on the opposite side. Of course, I've gone and used all of my smooth stone. I mean, why would I have not? And I got some over here. I got a secret little stash. It's our little secret, peeps. Don't tell anyone. Can I mix this up with anything? Yeah, andesite, of course, of course. Yeah, that's that. What happened up here? I never put another slab in. Oh, it could have just been a full block. Right, I see what's going on. I'm being a dum-dum. Yeah, something like that. So that looks alright, but then it's like, where's the next place we build another one of these? Do we put one straight away? I think we should put 2 blocks between, and then have the next one here. So then we'll put the arc 1 block lower. Will that work? Okay, so 3 blocks between, arc goes 1 block lower. 1, 2, and 3. The arc would then be there, wouldn't it? That doesn't look right. Since this thing moves at 2 at a time, maybe that's the gap we should put between. What was done over there? The arcs are quite big over there. We're going for a little bit more of a simpler design. I think it looks a bit clunky, says Bobo. It does, doesn't it? But we will come in here and add more shape and textures later on. So we've got that to look forward to. Oh, it's so exciting. We're looking forward to it. So let's start with that. 1, 2. The next one would go below there. Oops. 1, 2, and you're over here. Yeah, so that just about works, doesn't it? I'm not sure if this last one will actually stay or not. Is a thought. But yeah, there you go. We got a noise in the air. It's Bayer. And I could well and truly be saying your name wrong. But thank you ever so much for the donation. There was no message with that, so I'll look out for your name in chat in case you wanted to share a message. I appreciate your donation and support, of course. Thank you for supporting the channel. X, you should IRL stream with Doom Eternal Collector's Edition helmet. It'd be so fitting, says Gianni15. I'm looking forward to playing a bit of Doom when it comes out. I don't know how close we are to it, really. I don't follow these things too attentively. And we're out of cobble again. We need to go find some more. Can't believe I don't have cobble. It's because I use Silk Touch for everything. I don't even have like a stash of it anywhere. I just roam around looking for chests. 22nd of November. Ah, cool. Okay, well, you know, I'll probably start a series when that comes out on my second channel with me playing that. Put a slab between the stairs, says AJ. That's what we've been doing. That is what we have been doing. I wonder if... Nah, if I put one there, it looks super odd, I think. We've got another noise in the ear. It's Pixel Druid saying grats on 1 million. Been watching since Hermitcraft Season 1. OG in the house. Original Hermit. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. I'm doing terrific, man. Never been better, really. Thank you so much for asking. And thank you for the support. Glad to have you with us for so long. It's amazing. What a journey it's been, right? What a journey. Incredulable is what it's been. Yes, I just made that up. Alright. Asuma, do you like the Ellie Beatmaker remix? No, no, no. I love it, dude. I love it. It's so funny. Really like it. We got Eltro Guaco here doing cheers for own bits, saying X, when I was in London last month with Full Symmetry and other patrons of her, we were at a museum when you released a video. When your video released and made my phone pling super loud. How rude of you. How rude of me. How dare I put a video on the internet and make a sound in your pocket. What a horrible person. Jeez. Jeez. Not on, is it? It's disgusting. Thank you so much for your cheers and bits, dude. I appreciate it. I hope you had a good time in London. I love going to London. It's amazing, right? Amazing place. Oakley dokley, as a certain Ned Flanders would say. Yarr! As that pillager in the ground would say. Okay, I can't put a block there for some reason. What's in that space then? Oh, a flower. Been defeated by a flower. Hashtag cancel X as LG Seidel. Oh, I'm not a fan of cancel culture. Not a fan of cancel culture. Speaking of which, has anyone seen Dave Chappelle's new stand-up comedy? I've seen it. I have a weird thing with comedy. I love comedy. I love stand-ups. But I just feel like a lot of the time I'm not like in this super laughy, chuckly mood anymore. I don't know why. Like stuff doesn't crack me up as much anymore. Now Dave Chappelle is someone who's had me in stitches many, many times. And I was really looking forward to it. And it was kind of mediocre for me. It was kind of like, it was alright. It was good. I enjoyed it, but I didn't really get like stitched up by it. And sometimes I wonder, is that me? Am I just like, am I not in the right mood for this? Because I'm pretty sure on a different occasion I would be. I think it's best to watch stuff like that with your mates, actually. Because the funniest people are always your mates, right? But anyway, I watched it and I found bits of it to be really quite funny and other bits not so much. It's called Sticks and Stones, and I think the idea is like sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's a good fable. I think it is for some people. I think for some people that's all they need to hear. Yeah, words don't hurt me. I'm fine. But everyone here, everyone in the world has at some point in their life probably been hurt by someone else's words. Words can hurt you, not physically, okay? You know, unless they say hit the switch and then bam, something breaks your arm. Yeah, words can hurt you, and I think it's important. I think, you know, the nuanced discussion always seems to be the more valuable one to me. You should keep it in mind that you might be the sort of person who's susceptible to other people's words, but I don't think you being hurt by someone's words means you have the right to cancel them or to take them off air. And I think his whole comedy was basically baiting that. He was really baiting the whole idea of like, hey, you're going to get outraged by this. And that kind of meta way of approaching it was kind of funny. But for me, like, it wasn't the most hysterical thing I've seen. I really enjoyed it. It was good fun. I did feel like his LBG... Oh, God, I'm going to get it wrong. LBGTQ bit was, like, a bit off. I don't think anything should be off limits in comedy, but I think what makes comedy work is when there's some truth in it, when there's something underneath it that's like, it tells you something, it gives you something. And I think when he went into that territory for the content of his jokes, it didn't really feel like he had a point to make at all. It just, It just felt like, hey, here's a way I can mess with this. And maybe that was the point, just to do it for the sake of doing it. That was the only bit that I felt didn't really land very well. It just didn't feel like it really had a point behind it. Someone who's like tackled those topics really well and like cracked me up is Ricky Gervais, my probably all-time favorite comedian. But like when he talks about those topics, he comes with a proper humanistic point behind it as well, whatever it is he's saying. And I think that's what makes going into those topics that can be more touchy really good in comedy, is if you can bring some truth with it and some food for thought. And I just felt like Dave didn't really do that with that particular section. So it was good. It wasn't like incredible or anything. And those are just sort of my thoughts on that. What do you peeps think? What did you peep? Let's turn it over to chat. All comedy. Camping Meerkat says all comedy should be allowed, not for the sake of being offensive, but all jokes should be okay on stage. I'd agree, I think. Yeah, I just think, you know, it's a place to do that, right? It's the place, the stage, the comedy show, that's the place to try out things. And yeah, we shouldn't be so touchy about what's said up there, because a lot of the time people are just trying to get laughs, right? Nostalgia Ninja said comedy should provoke and give thoughts. I definitely agree with that. Should get you thinking. Bo Berman is the king of comedy without limits, says Zero. Bo Berman. If I'm thinking of the right person, I've got a feeling I would describe their comedy as tame, but maybe I've got the wrong person in my head. I was particularly interested in someone who might have disagreed. Maybe we can have an opinion. Tony Taro says, I thought Dave was going for more entertaining rather than have a message per se. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like, overall, not much of it had a message, right? Especially the jokes about Michael Jackson. I think he was just messing with you, you know? The whole point of comedy is to have fun, not be serious and get offended. Outside of comedy, everyone should be careful about sensitive subjects. Yeah, but at the same time, comedy can be kind of serious in a way. I think Ricky Gervais is a good example of that, because it just feels like a lot of the comedy he does has like a point to it as well. What do you think about Kevin Hart as a comedian? He's hilarious. I feel quite bad for him with the way he wasn't allowed to do the Oscars. You know, he made some homophobic remarks in the past and has grown from them, and is not apparently allowed to, you know, do the Oscars because of that. And it makes me think, you know, like at what point is apology okay? You know, when can people learn and come back or whatever? And I think growth, like, oh, geez, some of you today might just think, hey, I've always been like this, but, you know, I was a very different person once, and growth is something that happens to all of us, and we should be able to grow, learn from our mistakes, and it seems to me like he's quite genuinely and honestly done that. And, yeah, I don't know, I think it's kind of unfair. And also what he did say was pretty rubbish, right, originally. Like, I'm not saying that means that's okay, yeah. I think even he'd agree with that, but yeah, there we go. So I think we need to add some mossy cobble in now, which I don't have a lot of, and I put all my vines away. Well done, me. Let's go grab that. And maybe, oh look, I missed a few blocks. And maybe something else. What was I thinking of? That's all good. That's all. Wait. Ah, I see. Yeah, okay. I see what's going on there. That's fine. So, what else do I need? Lelius, could you tweet that at me? That sounds interesting. I'd really like to hear that. If you tweet it at me, that'd be awesome, so I can check it out. When I check my Twitter feed later on in the day, I can bookmark some stuff to watch, you know. If a joke is offensive enough to someone, I think it's no longer a joke, says Haley. Right, okay, very interesting. So, what you're doing is you're putting the ball in someone else's court. So if you tell a joke, like, hey, I slipped over and fell on a banana, and someone else is like, that's offensive to bananas, the offence is in their court. They can strip out all your intention, all your well intention from your joke, and make it about their offence. Now obviously that's a really extreme example, that someone would be offended by, like, hey, I slipped on a banana peel. Like, geez, you know, we're pretty much all going to say, you know, get over it. But the thing is, the lines are always blurry. We always have different opinions on where the lines are, what's okay and what's not. Which is why it's easy to say all or nothing. If you're going to be up there on stage in that environment where it's foretelling jokes, you should, you know, be able to say everything. Otherwise, how do we have a committee? How do we have, like, an agreement on where the boundary is? How do we find that? Let's go start doing this. I should have brought more than that, right? Haley says hi, says, oh yeah, of course, it's just how one view what a joke is. That's what I meant by it. I kind of got the impression you meant that if someone was offended by it, it means that the joke is a problem, which I disagree with, because, you know, people can get offended about a lot of stuff easily. Offense is like, it's yours. It's for you to be offended. Graceful says, when you throw too many bananas in the chat and X slips on them all, in turning an offended viewer. I'm okay with offensive humour as long as you don't take it too far. For example, I'm okay with someone joking about someone being gay because they hugged a dude, but I'm not okay if someone jokes about a dead loved one of someone. I think you'll find that if someone is joking about someone who's dead, for the most part it's pretty impersonal. Like, I think most of us are going to be offended if you tell a joke at someone personally, right? But I can't even think of an example of that. Like, I don't know that people look for that, right? Like, comedians can't really single out someone in the audience, but that would be something I could see a distinction. I think comedy isn't fun when you single someone out and point the gun at them, so to speak, right? Obviously, celebrities and known figures become the air quotes targets of jokes, but of the good comedy I've seen where it revolves around a celebrity and something they've done, like I said earlier, usually there's a point that comes across with the joke. There's an element of truth, and that truth is what, you know, makes it humorous, right? At least to me. Otherwise, it would kind of come across as being a bit mean. Camping Meerkat says, I personally think that dark humour is the best. If you get offended by it, don't watch that comedian. It's simple as that, to be honest. I love dark humour as well. I'm really into, like, the sort of dark things. And I think it's because, like, it's just a way of dealing with it. Like, it's sort of like acknowledging it, but then using it and turning it against, you know, whatever the dark thing is. Oh, I see. We get cobbled back because we're knocking it out of the wall. So we get some back. Gotta like South Park then, says Eltro Guaco. Love South Park ever so much. Ever so much. Huge influence on me. I think that show's absolutely genius. And shout out to Wisecrack again. There's a channel I really love. They do breakdowns on the philosophy of South Park so often, and I love that because when I'm watching South Park and people are like, oh, it's vulgar, it's disgusting, it's like, no, it's more than that. It's like, that's just like a mask for the real thing. You know, it's like they can make a point, but they're going to do it whilst being absolutely profane and disgusting, and it's brilliant. And Wisecrack and their like philosophical breakdowns of South Park are a terrific way of explaining that. Highly recommend it to like any South Park fan, or maybe someone who's just like, I don't really like South Park. Maybe you want to find out why maybe you could like it if you understood it. But yeah, like that show is just inherently deep and smart. South Park is getting cancelled, says Dumbledore. Is it really? Do you mean cancelled as in taken off air, or cancelled as in cancel culture? Because going after South Park on cancel culture just sounds like the stupidest idea ever. Like, they'll relish in that. However, I know the last time I heard about it, they had a deal to stay on the air for a few more years, and they said that they would keep doing it until they didn't want to renew that anymore. Oh, if someone could shine a light on that, that'd be wonderful, because I love South Park, and I would hate for it to get cancelled. Cancel culture. It's not being cancelled, they just used hashtag cancel South Park as a marketing joke last season. Ah, okay, yeah, there you go. Alright, any chances he shows around, says Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie, you're requesting a little bit of a tour of what this area is, or the server? Because I can do that. We've just been stuck in this place for a while, right? I did actually say we'd get to doing the other thing, right? Yeah, the other we got another project on the server we'll do. So let's place the blocks that bring this all the way down to here, and let's leave it at that. It'll be very obvious that Iskall can hook this up and all that stuff. So let's finish this project now. Let's wrap it up and say that's that. I think that would be a smart idea, right? And then we can have a look around. Pink Pie says, yes, please. I love to see what people create in Minecraft. Well, we'll do a little impromptu tour then. We'll do an impromptu tour. Just making some notes. Right, I should drink some water. Time Play says, would love to see a new tutorial for a mega sorting system. Well, I have not designed a mega sorting system, nor do I have plans to, so very unlikely you'll see a tutorial from me. I can hear him in the ground. The old pillager there that got wrecked. That pillager got wrecked. I keep thinking that he'll do a cut until it's done, but then I remember it's a live stream, says Toxic Man. It is a live stream. They are different formats. Sometimes I think I'm better at doing this streaming stuff than I am at making videos. Just in terms of just like how it makes you feel when you get into a stream. It's just so casual to talk and hang out and be here. And then sometimes when I'm recording, it's like I need to get going and recording. It just doesn't feel right. I do a lot of takes and stuff. It's kind of weird. I maybe need to reshape how I think about approaching recording, and maybe be able to bring a little bit of like this relaxed kind of jump into it feel from a stream. But then again, like if you think about it, in a video I'm constantly explaining what I'm doing in Minecraft. On a stream we're talking about all sorts of nonsense, you know. Georgie Downer, thank you for the lovely message about the videos. They do turn out good, you know, like it's just, it can be a bit of a process to get there sometimes, right? Alright, let's put in a couple of blocks there. I'm going to go sleep. X, got a question. Is a stream easier than a video, says ET17. Yeah, at this point streaming is just turn up, hit stream, chat, hang out, turn it off. There's so much less to do. You know, it's relaxed, it's casual, but I love doing both. I love doing both. They're just so much fun. Did you hear about Count Dracula got arrested and fined 800 for a joke? I followed that. Personally, I thought his joke was kind of funny, but some of his other stuff I've seen, not so much. But like, I'm fine with that. Like, if I don't like someone's comedy, doesn't mean I have to get upset about it or anything, right? But dude, the whole getting arrested over it, and that's disgusting. That's just not free speech, and I'm totally not cool with that. Whatever they said, if they told a joke I thought was despicable, they should have the right to say it. I think. Very concerning. That was like a year ago though, right? That was some time ago that stuff happened. We kind of like overflowing on blocks. What's going on here? Overflowing on those stair blocks. Guess I'll put a couple in here. Right, we're ready for a little. Well, we're almost ready. I've got to move these back. We've got to pack up and make sure we're You know, tidy with our inventory as always. Yeah, we're almost ready for a little bit of a tour. I think we did everything here. I'm going to add more details to all this path. You know, lamps, lights, little extra shapes on the wall. But there we go. We now got a... It actually looks really nice because you got these big flat walls to work with, and we've added a diagonal across the front of it, and so we're just kind of changing the shapes up a little bit as well. I definitely need to work on how this looks here though at some point. Also, there's a creeper hanging out. Got to watch for that. Ah, Simo says someone makes a slightly offensive joke. Special float snowflakes. Wait, that's illegal. That's the type of conversation and discussion and way of talking about these things that I don't like. I don't like to create the argument of the person that I think is opposed to me. Now, that's very primitive and team-based thinking. Us versus them. Them lot are so stupid. I don't call anyone a snowflake. I really don't like that term at all. I just think it's immediately combative and destructive and divisive. You know, like we can have a nuanced discussion about freedom of speech. We can learn from one another. We can listen to how other people think and view. But if we're just going to go to all the people that disagree with me, you lot are all snowflakes, ha 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 ha, like that kind of way of thinking about it, I don't like that at all. I want to see less of that. Really don't like that way of thinking. Also, my name is pronounced Seamos, says I called you Simo. Seamos, yes, I'm terrible at pronouncing names as it goes. Okay, yeah, we're just putting these away now. These ones are actually from that project, right? Oh, and the others are in my inventory. Now it all makes sense. Except one of them isn't. I see what I've done wrong. Okay, I'm still missing one. What am I missing here? Hang on, let's put these two away. I'm missing a shulker box. It's very concerning. It's a green. It's that one. Leaves. Yep, okay, there we go, we're all good. You see, it's important to do this. It's important to do this wherever you're playing. It's just keep that way, you know. My thing is like, this is what my inventory looks like, and I have an ender chest, okay? And then when I move on, I always pack everything back to that point, so everything's neatly organised. And then if something looks off, I know about it then, I don't have to worry about it later, right? There's some confusing messages in chat right now. I'm just looking at a couple, like, which one do I want to read out? And I'm like, what does that mean? Right, so it is time to do an impromptu tour. Welcome to Hermitcraft. If you've never seen Hermitcraft before, you are now getting to see kind of some of the amazing stuff we do together. This is our moving to 1.14 area. So we started the world in 1.13. We have a massive island. We're going to go fly over it in a bit. And we're filling this massive island up with all sorts of builds and building a beautiful server together. This is our 1.14 area. We came to a village. We decided we would renovate the village. That somehow got out of hand and turned into a giant build battle, which resulted in people trying to build the highest building. And yeah, all of this happened, you know. Scar over on this side, Green over there, Iskal and Mumbo. Kind of like a 3v1 outnumbered. I think Scar won that one. I mean, Scar is incredible, right? They're all incredible. So yeah, this is the first thing that happened over in 1.14. Oh, jeez. Then we have my little build, which I'm showing you because I made it. This is our Temple of the Arch-Illager, which is in the Dungeons Minecraft game, which is going into beta soon. I'd really love to play that. When Minecraft Dungeons come out, there will be streams from me because I love Diablo. So we built the Arch-Illager's little temple area here. There are some libraries on the sides. Oh, it's beautiful. Do you see it? Do you see it? I'm going to wait for chat to figure out what they just saw. Oh, you see it again, do you? You see it again. Yeah, this is like a little library area, basically. And there's some frozen vindicators down here. I think they're actually evokers. Purple blocks. Yeah, that's actually something that caught my eye. The purple block book isn't in the actual original texture, is it? And it really jumped out at me. But the texture is actually variated, is the idea. And yeah, I think maybe it might be smart to remove the purple if it isn't in the original texture. I don't know. The purple is definitely what caught my attention, but it's actually variations. I'll have to ask about that. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal. You see, the philosophy of vanilla tweaks is to really stick as close as you can to vanilla, but do something that just gives it a little bit more spice. Like one of them is stone blocks, right? They're all not the same texture, although here they are. Stone blocks should be variated. Yeah, okay, I got one, right? So let's zoom in on pixels. Right, we've got a bunch of ones right here, then it gets a little bit darker and darker again. If we go over to this one, bunch of pixels, gets darker, darker again, then it gets light, and it didn't over here. So very subtle little changes in pixels have been introduced to the stone blocks. The andesite blocks, you would barely notice them, but when you're looking at a flat wall of the same texture, then it all of a sudden becomes more noticeable. There you go, little island with a blob in it. Next stone texture, that isn't there. Those tiny little changes to me make a world of difference, and we first saw them with stuff like gravel, netherrack, like when they are in the world but they're rotated randomly. That's a great thing to do. We've taken it to the next level by introducing textures where just tiny little changes are introduced, and so when you look at like a big flat wall, it just takes the repetitiveness off a little bit. And I'm interested in actually going the B-dubs route and maybe starting to work with cobblestone where little lumps of cobble appear slightly different colours from one another in each of the blocks, but that will be done in a very more subtle way than B-dubs does. I really love how gorgeous B-dubs' building is and how his texture pack, resource pack looks, and I really want to take some of those ideas and tone them down to the vanilla tweaks level. That's a project I'd like to do with the vanilla tweaks peeps. So yes, let's travel over to the other area. So that was the 1.14 area. We didn't really look at all the mini games, did we? But that's fine. We're moving on now. We're going to do some building somewhere else. So there's a whole bunch of mini games now happening outside of that area. The block rotation with Optifine looked horrible in my opinion, says Viral Ridder. You can only do it on certain textures. And by the way, it's not Optifine. It's part of the vanilla game. But it only works on... Well, actually, in vanilla, it only works on certain textures, right? So in Optifine, maybe it does it for all of them. I don't know. I can see how it would be like rubbish for ones like logs, because you want them to be the way you want them to be. Is there going to be any derps? I hope not, says Jim Sam. Well, you've said it now, so there probably will be. Jeez, what have you done? You've ruined it. I can't be the only one who thinks B-dubs means Buffalo Wild Wings. B-dubs is a YouTuber and a legendary inspirational builder at that. Okay, so where will we start? Let's start in the Christmas area just because it makes no sense to go there. We got noises in the ear from Reformed Rogue saying good morning from Austin, Texas. Congratulations on hitting the 1 million subscriber mark. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bleed Green here, resubscribing for 27 months, saying, X, my buddy is going through a rough time. We're watching together. Help me tell him to cheer up and that everything will be okay. Thanks for the excellent content. I personally find that, like, you know, a whole lot, everything will be alright, thumbs up kind of message, I wouldn't find that helpful myself. I mean, whenever you're in a bad patch, there's always going to be a brighter day somewhere ahead, and it can be hard to focus on that day or think about that. I mean, if I were to give some advice or try and be helpful, I'd want to have more specifics. But you know, in general, it may not sound like a lot to hear it, but it's like I said, you know, every dark day there'll be a bright one somewhere later that follows, and just gotta stick at it and get through it, you know. So I wish your buddy all the best. Hope you get through it. I hope that was helpful in some way as well. Mardir Fakarit Twitch is here subscribing with Amazon Prime. I probably butchered that name. And Triggs is here resubscribing for 3 months saying, hi X, also congrats on 1 million subs on YouTube. Great video. It was good to see some of your previous content also. I'm glad that you enjoyed seeing that. That's what I wanted from that video. I just wanted people to enjoy seeing the journey the channel had been on. So, Christmas area. There's a lot here. We're gonna flick past a lot of stuff, right, on our little impromptu tour. Oh, we've got a snow globe to the left. I built this thing to the right. That is the entrance to my golf game. I'm going to finish that this Christmas. I'm literally going to finish it this Christmas, peeps. Like, I haven't touched any of the games over here, and I was like, I'm going to finish that when it's time. So when we're streaming in Christmas time, like December, I'm going to come over here and finish the mini golf. That's my plan. I'm telling you now. So anyway, we go out of the Christmas area into the Fantasy District. This is probably one of the most remarkable of all. False and Ren live here. Tango lives under the water, although Tango hasn't been playing for a while. I'm just breezing over some of the amazing builds here. It's all connected with the Hermit Rail network, an ingenious idea put forth by Ren, where we have stations and railway lines connecting the whole server together. So you'll see those throughout our little impromptu tour that we're doing here. Then we have the Pirate District and Concorp Studios. This is Concorp Studios, where we have... let's go inside the Convex one. That's really well done. Got places like this. This is the Convex tank thing. So, little recording studio. And, yeah, there's like a contestant thing going on here, and you get dunked into the pool. It's awesome. But it hasn't been done yet. I can't believe it. We had all these plans. So yes, pirate area, where we're going to be playing in just a moment. You got Cleo's rainbow ship over here. You have the Kraken attacking the ship. It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable, this server. Then we have Scar's absolutely unbelievably incredible volcano. All built in survival. All of this is survival Minecraft, my friends. I don't know if Scar's finished with all of this yet. I've got a feeling he might have been finished with building islands. And now he might just be like doing the details, or it might be finished entirely, I'm not sure, but I've got a feeling from listening to Scar's videos that it's nearing the end of being completed, whatever that means. So back over to the main island, we have Cleo's port area over here. We have some buildings in the Pirate District. This is my castle, my pirate castle. This is my little shanty town. And then we have the statue of Hermity. So now you are looking at the shopping district. This is just an absolute mesh of crazy ideas and buildings all over the place here. It's a place to go buy goods and exchange your diamonds for things that you need. And there is just a whole different bunch of types of build here. Also, this is another one of Scar's incredible builds. A tree being rained on. And then there's a whole bunch of biomes around the outside. And then we have the extended shopping area, which isn't heavily populated yet. Over here is the modern district of the Hermitcraft server. In this area, we have modern style roads, a couple of modern buildings. This hasn't been that populated. And then we've got another HRN station right there. And another line as well. I started this some time ago, and I guess I'm awaiting our plans for building a station over here to finish that line. So now we're down in the extended modern district where we have Tower Bay. You've got Python's quartz tower. There he is. I'm exclusive previewing and spoiling Python's stuff, I bet, right now. Oh dear. He's building his quartz towers. Over here we've got my towers, these darkly ones. They've all got farms and different things inside of them. And you can see there are plans to build more as well. It all started with this one over here. And also this idea to have pumps. Pumps? Like pipes that bring the items. They actually physically bring the items from my giant kelp farm through these pipes inside a processing building, which is still under construction. Then this area right here is the Civil War. It looks like a wastelands. We had a Civil War on the server. We've got our two base buildings over here. And then we have this like land between that and the water cooler building over here. Oh, so much amazing memories. This is the medieval district where False has been populating it with tons of amazing builds. Ren built this shop over here. And then there's a bunch of smaller ones that Wells did. And yeah, just loads of cool stuff. This is Python's latest build over here as well. This is the Concorp area over here. And off in that direction is the Fantasy District that we saw a moment ago. So kind of off to the side of the Fantasy District, we have the Tag Building. Then we have the Concorp base over here, which is pretty much just Cub fans base. And it's populated by a redonkulous amount of iron golems and villagers. They've got villager hotels down here. It's amazing. I'm out of rockets! Oh no! Yeesh, what will I do? What will I do? I will grab some rockets. We're going to have to see my base as well after doing all of these. We'll see Grian's base, we'll see Mumbo's base, and we'll see my base as well. We got Pinkie Pie 46 subscribing. Pinkie Pie, thank you ever so much for subscribing, dude. I appreciate it. Also, Gaming Gova has resubscribed for 2 months, saying "Grats on your 1 mil," and I'm loving. Oh, I did read that, didn't I? Thank you again, though. Or did I? I'm not sure if I did. Either way, thank you so much. Right. I try to stay focused here. Okay, so this is the industrial area, and as you can see, the theme is very industrialized. Big, kind of grey, clunky buildings compacted close together on these big platforms of greyness. It's wonderful. There is a different kind of build theme going on here, which is variety is always good. And for that, you've seen most of the main islands. So let's fly across the middle, which is the big aquatic. The aquatic district is the least populated. I kind of said this and said it on my streams many times. Even though building underwater is now more possible and interesting, I just got this feeling like no one's going to do it, because if you were thinking I want to build underwater in this game, you were probably already doing it. I don't think the fact that it's like a little bit easier changes too much there. Pinkie Pie, thank you so much for the nice message. I'm glad you're getting some ideas for your game and some inspiration. I mean, that's what Minecraft is, right? So this is Grian's incredibly enormous base. Incredibly? Am I overusing that made-up word? Off to the side here is Sahara, which is in the futuristic district. Now, if Mumbo had built his base in the middle of this district, it would have made perfect sense, but he didn't. This became kind of like an underutilized district, and now it's sort of been used for Sahara, and then just, again, Scar with an incredible landscaping build back here. Gorgeous rockets. Oh my goodness me, it's unbelievable. This is actually a station. This is a HRN station right here, so somehow that rail line is going to connect with this one over here. It goes to the Architect station between Grian and Mumbo's base. And there it is. The stash is still on. That's probably just a permanent feature now. So yeah, you got Mumbo's base, Mumbo's little second island. How many hours do you play? Says KT Boost. We'll do a little look at the stats in just a moment. So yeah, look at that. Wow. And then the rail goes underwater and down into my base, which from over here looks redonkulous. I love this. It's all built with slabs so that mobs can't spawn on top of it, which means it took a stupid amount of time to build, right? Because every block that's been placed has sort of been double placed because they're slabs. Yeah. So, this is actually an ocean monument as well. So there's a farm built on the inside of it. Now, I just right-clicked and I'm yet to fly. There we go. There we go. There we go. And so down on the inside, look at all of this. Wow. Love it. So at the top there, behind those sandstone walls, is a guardian farm. And then there are minecarts going around and collecting it. They actually look really cool, moving back and forth. That's something I want to do next season, I think. I want to have a more animated base as well. Night DMG says, holy moly, that's insane. I don't think I've seen it. Well, you've seen it now. On the inside, we've got the portal room with a map room behind it. We've got storage for the Guardian drops. We have our HRN station and then storage system. This base is really just a drop-off point for me to come and interact with my storage. Like, that's literally its purpose, is just like a place for me to sort my items. So we've got a massive shulker box sorting system. We have bulk storage around the back. We've got a furnace that is cooking up a whole bunch of meat at the moment, I think. And then there's a few other utility things hidden around here. We have to see the Nether Hub, don't we? I kind of glossed over the Nether Hub. For anyone who was watching, Like, I just flew into that Nether hub, and if you hadn't seen it before, you might have been like, whoa! And I've just, like, not even acknowledged it. The Aegis is here, resubscribing for 7 months. The Aegis, thank you ever so much for resubscribing. Appreciate it. Hope you're getting... Hope you're enjoying the stream. Hope you're getting... I don't know where that sentence is going. Getting what? I don't know. Your base is my Minecraft background on the start screen. Thanks again, Vanilla Tweaks, says Tally Bookman. Awesome. Glad you're enjoying it and using it. What are the maps? They are sunken treasure maps. Oh yes, statistics. So, before we go to the Nether hub, this is it. These are things that I've done. I've dealt a lot of damage. You know, it's quite a lot. You can pause the screen on the second channel. Shulker boxes open, jumps, distance swum, distance walked, distance by elytra. There's all sorts of statistics here. And where's time played? Time since death, 2.79 day. So I should probably look for a D on the end. It'll probably be in days, right? Time played, 105 days. Statistics for killing stuff, you know? Killed a lot of mushrooms, killed a lot of guardians, killed a lot of endermen, killed a lot of pigmen. Yeah, all sorts of stuff here. Items dropped, picked up. That makes a lot of sense, all the kelp. Picked up a lot of iron. Used the pickaxe a lot. Crafted lots of bone meal. Broken many shears. And mined lots of stone, apparently. There you go. A little bit of a statistical look for you. Also, hours are up there as well. On the tab screen. They should be the same, in theory. Alright, and then jumping down here. This is our Nether hub, okay? This was a massive communal grind, a communal effort. This was my idea from my Season 1 hub. I did a miniature like map of my world. And it was a long time convincing the hermits to do this, but eventually we got to a point where we kind of all saw the vision for it and agreed on it. And then there was this moment of like umming and ahhing, can we pull this off? And it was like, yeah, we're Hermitcraft, we got to. And we pulled through, and lots of people chipped in and made this possible. Digging out a giant area of the server, collecting an incredible amount of glass and resources, just to build a Nether hub that's absolutely remarkable, that you can fly around and look at all these portals. Portals have all got banners on them as like a color coding thing to show you where you can go and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, now I did say I was going to go work on the castle, but I'm actually just going to wrap the stream up nice and early because I got things to go do and I need to crack on with it. And yeah, that's actually going to be the end of the stream from me. I thank you ever so much, peeps, for tuning in today. I appreciate it as always. What we will do right now is go and raid a random channel. Before you head out of here, though, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to catch Hermitcraft episodes. I've also just launched a new channel as well called Asuma Says, and Iskau is streaming. He's not doing Hermitcraft though, but I get to raid Iskau. Awesome. We're not going to raid a random channel then. So, in the chat right now, you should see a raid button. Make sure you hit it to join the raid, and we'll go raid our fellow hermit, Mr. Iskau85. That's it from me, peeps. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.